I see her rolling up, Uber black Cadillac, high heel boots and a sexy...
Ahead of the official post-season test in Valencia, the atmosphere in the MotoGP paddock is heating up. The spotlight is once again on Toprak Razgatlioglu, the wild Turkish talent, who is now Yamaha's main trump card in the massive 2026 V4 motorcycle project. However, amidst this enthusiasm, a stern warning has emerged from MotoGP legend Dovizioso. Dovizioso, known as one of the most technical riders and adept at reading motorcycle characteristics, has given Yamaha a fairly firm ultimatum regarding Toprak's adaptation process. According to him, Yamaha can modify the engine to a V4 configuration in order to achieve top speed and acceleration. But there is one thing that must not be lost: Toprak's natural instincts. Toprak is a rider with a unique style, very aggressive under braking, and always relying on instinct when pushing the bike to the limit. If he loses that instinct just because he tries to follow the overly technical V4 style, he could fail in MotoGP, Dovizioso said in a candid interview. Dovi emphasized that adaptation is important, but Yamaha must not force Toprak to completely transform into a robotic rider. He believes Toprak's character is his weapon, not his weakness. The 2026 Yamaha V4 bike must be strong, but Yamaha must let Toprak remain himself. If he loses that aggressiveness, his trademark braking instincts, then the great potential he brings from Superbike could be diminished, he added. Meanwhile, at Yamaha, the 2026 V4 engine project is entering a crucial phase. This week's Valencia test is considered the basis for gathering initial data, especially since Toprak will again provide raw feedback, which is always a plus. Yamaha's technical manager even stated that Toprak's style in extreme braking and corner entry will be the main reference for determining the direction of the new chassis development and engine character. In Valencia, many are waiting to see how Toprak will combine his trademark wild style with the stable yet precision-demanding nature of the V4 prototype engine. This test could be an early sign of Yamaha's readiness for a new era starting in the 2026 season, and whether Toprak can become their mainstay in their long-term project. Here's the full news. As the official post-season test at the Ricardo Tormo circuit in Valencia approaches, all eyes are once again on Toprak Razgatlioglu, the eccentric rider who is now at the center of Yamaha's major revolution, heading into MotoGP 2026. Next year, Yamaha will enter a new era with V4 engines, a major step after years of sticking with inline fours. However, ahead of this major transition, a stern warning has emerged from one of MotoGP's icons, Dovizioso. Dovizioso, one of the most experienced riders in modern racing history, and a former V4 motorcycle specialist, issued a sharp warning that immediately shocked the paddock. According to Dovi, Yamaha can experiment with engine design, aerodynamics, and even electronics for the 2026 project. But one thing that must be maintained is Toprak Razgatlioglu's natural instincts. Toprak is no ordinary rider. He thrives on instinct. He thrives on aggressive braking, improvisation, and a courage that not all riders possess. If Yamaha forces him to rigidly adapt to the V4's characteristics and eliminate his natural instincts, they will kill his own strength, Dovizioso stated firmly. According to Dovi, Toprak's riding style is an anomaly that actually makes him dangerous to his opponents. Toprak is known as the king of late braking, a rider who dares to extend the braking limit until the most tense moment. He dances with the rear tire sliding, manipulating the bike in a way that only a handful of riders in the world can do. However, that's where the problems begin. Now Toprak will enter MotoGP with a completely new Yamaha project, a 2026 V4 bike, whose characteristics tend to differ from their classic inline 4 bikes. V4 bikes are typically more stable, more precise, relying more on racing lines and electronic management than wild improvisation. And for Dovizioso, therein lies the threat. Controlling a V4 requires discipline and precision. But that doesn't mean Toprak has to sacrifice his racing DNA. If he loses his instincts, his signature way of handling the bike, then the advantage that made him a superbike world champion could disappear, he continued. On Yamaha's side, the pressure is mounting. The 2026 V4 engine project is being called the most radical step in the company's history since the modern MotoGP era. The bike is expected to bring changes to power delivery, top speed, acceleration, and even chassis flexibility. Yamaha insiders even revealed that the Valencia test will be a crucial opportunity to read Toprak's initial style, gather data for the V4 engine and chassis, adapt the bike's character to Toprak's extreme braking style, see if Toprak's adaptations can provide development direction. In the paddock, many analysts believe that Yamaha is not building the 2026 bike for the general market, but rather to maximize Toprak as the centerpiece of the project. This decision is considered a big gamble, because if Toprak doesn't fit in or loses his rhythm, Yamaha could face major problems. The Valencia test will be the first stage where Toprak will once again showcase his unique style on the latest prototype bike, and the entire factory is waiting. Toprak is a rider who relies on feeling. Don't turn him into a robot. That would be a big mistake. Let the bike adapt to him, not let him change who he is, Dovizioso concluded. Now, that statement is spreading rapidly through the paddock. It's an unspoken ultimatum for Yamaha. If you want success in 2026, don't lose the real Toprak. Yamaha's 2026 V4 engine project represents a huge hope, but also the biggest challenge of Toprak Razgatlioglu's career. It all starts in Valencia, and the world waits to see whether the champion's natural instincts can survive the massive revolution of the V4 era. A new wave of optimism swept through the Pramac Yamaha garage after two of their riders, Jack Miller and newcomer Toprak Razgatlioglu, rode together in a private test at the Aragon circuit yesterday. However, the biggest focus wasn't on Yamaha's new setup, but rather on how Toprak was able to silence the entire paddock in just one day of testing. Toprak, who officially became a Pramac Yamaha rider this season, put in a surprising performance. Although previously known for his aggressive riding style, typical of inline-4 bikes, he appeared to be quickly grasping the characteristics of the Yamaha V4 they had just developed for the 2025 season. From the first lap to the last, his progress was dramatic. Jack Miller, who had previously ridden the bike for longer, was amazed every time he saw Toprak's telemetry data. The Australian even spent a few extra minutes in the pits observing his new teammates' riding style on track. Honestly, this is one of the quickest adaptations I've ever seen. Toprak came in, sat on the bike, and immediately knew what to do. It usually takes a few days to understand a V4 engine, but him? It was a matter of hours, Miller said with a chuckle, but a sense of admiration. He also added that Toprak's braking ability, known for its extreme handling in WSBK, was a perfect match for the Yamaha V4's character, which now offers high stability at the front. Miller called the combination a dangerous mix. He brakes like he's owned this bike for years. The way he enters fast corners is really neat. It's like watching someone who's been on this bike for a season, not just a day, Miller continued. Meanwhile, Yamaha's technical team expressed their impression of Toprak's detailed feedback after each stint. He was said to be able to precisely explain the bike's behavior, from the power character in the mid-corner to the throttle response at high revs. The engineers are confident that Toprak's input will accelerate the development of the aerodynamic and electronics packages for 2025. In the Pramac Yamaha garage, the atmosphere was also very positive. Miller repeatedly praised his new teammates' work ethic. He said that Toprak was not only fast, but also brought a new energy that made the entire crew even more enthusiastic. "I like people who don't waste time." As soon as he gets off the bike, he immediately talks to the mechanic and points out any shortcomings. He doesn't come to try, he comes to win. "And that's good for the team, and good for me as a teammate," said Miller. According to several internal sources, Toprak's time in the afternoon session even made some of the other team riders participating in the test anxious. Although the numbers weren't made public, rumors are circulating that Toprak managed to set a lap time never before achieved by Yamaha at Aragon with the V4 package. With such a fast performance, Pramac Yamaha is now believed to have a dangerous duo for the 2025 season. Miller with his experience and aggressiveness, and Toprak with his extreme braking and exceptional bike reading, could be a combination that